Hello everyone, I'm Matt Starr. I'm the mayor for the City of Mount Vernon. Under normal circumstances, I know we would be meeting in person and you would be taking tours of different buildings of significance around downtown Mount Vernon. And I know that City Hall is one of those places that you would normally visit. City Hall is where the mayor's office is, in addition to other important offices like council chambers, our auditor's office, city engineering, and it's a place where we have many important meetings of public concern. I understand from your teachers that you want to know what all is involved with the mayor's office. What kind of decisions do I make? Who's involved? And what does it take to run the city of Mount Vernon? An important thing to remember about local government is that everything we do is based on the principles in the Constitution of the United States of America. Ohio also has our own Constitution, but it starts with what our founding fathers had in mind, a separation of powers for we, the people, represented by those who create our laws, those who enforce our laws, and those who interpret our laws. The City of Mount Vernon follows the same process as our federal and state government do. And it's most important to remember that we work for the citizens. Starting with those who create the laws in our community. This is City Council chambers here in Mount Vernon at City Hall. These are the people who represent the legislative body for our local government. Many decisions for you and your families are made right here in City Council chambers. One of the most important decisions that City Council makes is how to spend $40 million we have to work with every year. You'd be surprised just how quickly that money goes to the different things we have to do around town. We have 7 members of City Council, a council president, and a clerk for the council. These people are the ones who pass resolutions and ordinances, which then become our local laws. Resolutions mostly involve money and paying bills, and ordinances are the rules that we have to follow. Once they're passed, then I sign them, and our different departments begin to enforce them. Part of my job as mayor is to enforce the laws that are created in this room with these people. But I can't do it alone. Let's introduce you to some of our different departments. Another very important person who works for the city is the Honorable Judge John Thatcher. Now, he is our municipal court judge, another elected official, and his office represents the judicial branch of our local government. And this is his courtroom. People come here when they have a dispute with someone else or with how the law has affected them. This can be anything from a traffic violation to business disputes and other criminal and civil matters. One floor down from Judge Thatcher's courtroom is the Honorable Rob Broren. He's the city law director, another elected official. He advises the city on all legal matters. He's a pretty busy guy. He also provides us legal opinions on state and federal laws as they apply to us and helps the council write ordinances. In addition, he and his staff prosecute violators of the law in Judge Thatcher's courtroom upstairs. The law director's team prosecutes 2,500 cases every year. Violent crime cases that go to trial can take anywhere between 20 to 60 hours of preparation, and a jury of 8 citizens of Mount Vernon must unanimously reach a verdict. One more floor down from the law director's office is where the Mount Vernon Police Department is. The police department responds to all of those emergencies and provides us with the public safety and security that we require. To become a police officer requires a lot of training and a lot of education. And police officers do a lot more than respond to emergencies. The police department has over 31 cops and answers as many as 17,000 calls per year. That's day and night. Officers perform over 700 hours of basic training and 40 hours a year of continuing education. We have an administrative, patrol, and detective division, along with 2 canine officers, Leah and DJ, 8 certified bicycle officers, and an 11-person SWAT team for those really dangerous situations. Firefighters use this slide every day when they get called out to emergencies. Part of my job is to make sure that they have all the equipment, all the training, and everything necessary to take care of you, the public. Both the police and fire departments have to be ready to respond every minute of every day of the year. fire department makes over 4,200 emergency runs every year and over 1,000 fire calls every year. Each firefighter has to have at least 1,500 hours of training before they can be a firefighter or paramedic, and they have to take 50 hours of additional training each year. Our firefighters have to carry 70 pounds of equipment with them in a fire. That's like carrying around one of you third graders whenever they work. We oftentimes forget just how important water is to our community. And right now we're at the water treatment plant. But there are 3 utilities for the city. There's the water utility, the wastewater utility, and the newly created stormwater utility, all concerning water and all require a lot of work to make sure that the public is kept safe. How we deal with our water is extremely important to our quality of life and our safety. In fact, you may notice that the construction along Yellow Jacket Drive by the new field house and bus garage has brand new water and sanitary lines. This is important in getting drinkable water to both places, as well as being able to get rid of the water that's flushed from our bathrooms or drained from the showers and sinks. The City of Mount Vernon pumps over 2.5 million gallons of water through 92 miles of water lines to the public every day. That's the equivalent of 6.4 Knox lakes in a year if it was 1 foot deep. That's a lot of water. We have to follow the rules set forth by the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, to make sure that your water is safe. So the water at the water treatment plant needs to be tested every 2 hours daily, in addition to 20 different remote locations every month. And by the way, our water department works closely with the fire department in maintaining over 1,000 fire hydrants in the city. Another very important part of operating the city safely happens right here at the Mount Vernon wastewater treatment plant off of Cougar Drive. Over 3.2 million gallons of wastewater come into this place every day. As you can imagine, it can get pretty smelly around here. But the city has to take all of that waste that's flushed down the toilets, remove all of the solids, impurities, and bad stuff before releasing the clean water into the Kokosing River. It takes a lot of work and very smart people to make sure that our city's waste is treated properly, which again, keeps our city and our environment safe. Our street department is another busy group of workers for the City of Mount Vernon. They handle a lot of projects, like 92 miles of city streets. Almost 15 of those miles are state and federal routes. And they're responsible for almost 8 miles of brick streets. This is the part of our team that does the street sweeping and the snow plowing. They also take care of our 702 stop signs, 2,155 traffic signs, 53 signaled intersections, and 1,616 stormwater catch basins. They're a pretty busy group of city workers. Our Parks Department is also pretty busy, especially this time of the year. We've got a lot of grass to be mowed and playground equipment that needs to be maintained. In all, the City Parks Department takes care of 6 community parks, 9 neighborhood parks, plus they also maintain all of our buildings and Mound View Cemetery. They make sure that all of the playground equipment is safe for you to play on and that the grounds are kept clean and free of debris. Of course, we like it when people clean up after themselves to make sure that our parks always look nice and are fun for everyone to visit. Another important role in our city government, also part of the executive branch, is our city auditor, Terry Scott. He looks at all of the money that comes into and is leaving the city. He balances the checkbooks, all about 980 line items, about $40 million it takes to run the city. He signs every check and makes sure that all of the books balance. He's got a very important job. He looks like he's pretty hard at work, so we'll leave him alone. Our engineering department is like the engine room of the city. Let's say you want to add on a garage or you want to put up a fence to keep your dog in your yard. This is where you go to get that done. Our engineering department helps you locate underground utilities, explain what laws you have to follow before you start building, and make sure that what you want to build meets zoning standards. And these are rules that our city and state created in order to provide a look and feel of our neighborhoods and how your project will fit into that overall city plan. They also make some pretty cool maps that can show you exactly where your property lines are. There are many other areas of the city that we didn't get to today in this short video, but you can imagine it takes all 162 employees to make things happen for the City of Mount Vernon. Plus, we have volunteer boards and commissions made up of members of citizens like you and your parents and your teachers to help us do the business of the city. Our city runs well because we have a strong team of staff who are dedicated to your safety and quality of life. And much of what I do is communicate what's going on in the city to you, the public. Of course, I have to make some tough decisions. We all do. All of us who are elected officials have to make some tough decisions. And you're not going to please everybody all of the time. Every decision requires careful thought and reason. Being able to communicate all of that with you is a big part of my job as mayor. I absolutely love this job as being mayor, and I hope to see some of you involved in the local government, in local volunteer organizations, your churches, your schools, your community, just like our forefathers had in mind. Everyday citizens working together to improve their community, keep it safe and prosperous. I look forward to seeing you around town. And until then, stay safe, stay smart, and stay strong.